organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowa TV, a vague and tardy hawk alert about a gunman on campus sent out Monday night left several students puzzled. Find out why.
Plus, a recent study suggests young people tend to vote for Democrats, while older voters tend to lean towards Republicans. Learn more about the voting age gap.
And in sports, after a loss to Michigan State last weekend, the Hawks are preparing for their trip to West Lafayette this Saturday. See what Coach Ferentz had to say.
That's all coming your way next.
Daily Iowa TV starts now. Thanks for tuning into your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Christina Targos.
And I'm John Dedcott. Members of the University of Iowa community received a startling message late Monday night. Police are looking for a man reported to have a gun near campus. Everyone should remain in their room until further notice. That was the hawk alert sent to the UI community around 10:30 Monday night. The message was distributed more than an hour after the Iowa City Police first received the report of a potential gunman on campus. Almost an hour after the first alert, another was sent, indicating that the suspected gunman had been located in Muscatine. The Hawk Alert system has been criticized in the past for its tardiness in getting messages out, and several University of Iowa students reacted to the vagueness of the message and discussed how they felt when they first heard the news.
So it kind of scared me a little bit, but I was like, they didn't know exactly where he was, so I just stayed in my room.
I thought it was kind of crazy that there's a guy with a gun on campus, but I kind of they didn't give you any more details of where he was or what exactly was going on.
I was freaked out. It's something that I didn't really expect, but my friend was actually walking home, so she had left my dorm because I stay in Mayflower. So I told her, she got the hawk alert also, and told her to hurry up and get home.
Check out Wednesday's Daily Iowan for more information about the hawk alert system and for more student reaction.
A 21-year-old Iowa City man is facing multiple charges after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend on Monday, causing her to drop her baby. Abdiq Abdur Abdi is charged with domestic abuse without intent, causing injury, and child endangerment. The defendant allegedly struck the woman in the right eye, causing her to drop her baby. He then proceeded to strike her in the abdomen and bite her hand. The baby began crying after the fall, but suffered no visible injuries. The defendant is being held in the Johnson County Jail on a $7,500 cash bond.
The young versus old voting gap is now the largest since the Nixon-McGovern election of 1972. That's according to a study released earlier this month. Daily Iowa TV's Nick Rector explains why the two groups are moving steadily apart.
According to a November 3rd study, younger voters are supporting Democrats more since 2004, while other voters are leaning more Republican in elections since 2006. University Democrats President Nate Fiala gave his opinions as to why students support Obama.
Democrats, especially President Obama, they have been the ones that have pushed these pro-student issues. Instead of cutting state funding for universities like Governor Branstad has done, instead of cutting Pell Grants, instead of cutting things that help students, Democrats and President Obama have pushed to support that. And those students that do watch, that do pay attention, they recognize this fact. They recognize that Democrats do help students.
Despite the results of the November 3rd study, Iowa does not follow this trend. According to Iowa City voter registration stats, there was no spike in voting for either age group since 2004 or 2006. From 2004 to 2010, voters aged 18 to 24 accounted for 35% of Democratic registration in Iowa City, while voters aged 65 and up made 27% of the Republican support. With organizations such as the UI's University Democrats, it's no surprise that students are voting Democrat.
We do canvassing, we do caucus promotion, which is coming up January 3rd. We do socials. We try and go to the students and do what they would like to do.
The University Democrats' main goal on campus is to promote the Democratic Party and their election nominees. Nick Rector, Daily Iowan TV.
University Democrats say they have been working to rekindle support for President Obama that has fallen off since his 2008 campaign.
Facebook users may have noticed some unpleasant surprises creeping into their news feeds over the last day or so. Pornographic, violent, and other graphic content is being spread around Facebook in what appears to be a spam attack. The questionable content includes pornographic videos, photos of animal abuse, and photoshopped images of celebrities such as Justin Bieber performing sexual acts. Several outraged users have deleted their accounts because of this. Facebook said it is aware of the situation and is taking down the offensive content.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, learn about how soon-to-be grads are feeling as they prepare to enter the job market.
Plus, the college basketball season is upon us. We'll look at Monday night's win over the Aggies of North Carolina A&T. But first, Daily Iowan TV's Ryan Jones joins us in the studio for a look at your local weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Looks like the warm weather is slowly leaving us behind. It's finally time to start bringing out the winter coats due to the chilly temps. Tomorrow morning will start out partly sunny with temps just above freezing at 34 degrees. In the afternoon, it will only warm up to about 42 degrees with a little bit more cloud cover. In the evening, drop back down to just above freezing at 33 degrees. Looking at the extended forecast, things are not looking like they will be warming up very much. A high of 45 on Thursday and 54 on Friday. There's a slight chance of rain on Sunday, and beginning next week, there's also another slight chance of rain on Monday. That's the look at the weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Since 2007, the University of Iowa has seen a huge increase in the number of international students. Within the past year, there has been an increase of more than 500 international students attending the University of Iowa, and international students account for 10.5% of the student body. Students from China make up the largest number of international students, and UI grad student Etche Sikanku, an international student himself, said he has noticed the increase.
I can say for sure that there are a lot of, I've seen an upsurge in a lot of Asian students as compared to people from Europe or Africa, where I come from.
Tuesday night, the University of Iowa will be celebrating the 40th anniversary of its international program. Check out Wednesday's Daily Iowan for the full story.
The National Institute of Health has awarded $12 million to the Clinical Trial Statistical and Data Management Center at the UI to assist the study of neurological diseases. The center, which is part of the College of Public Health, will use this grant to create new treatments based off of well-developed research in the field. Mickey Wells, director of the UI Pharmaceuticals, commented on the recent grant.
A recent national poll saw Americans' perceptions of the job market fall to the worst in a decade. Daily Iowan TV's Josh Bolander sat down with some graduating seniors to see how they plan on bucking the trend.
Tens of thousands of UI students can be seen walking about the UI campus, heading to classes and hitting the books in hopes of one day bagging the dream job they hope for when applying to the UI to take the next step in their academic venture. Hundreds of these students will experience the culmination of their years of hard work when they walk across the university's stage in December. But according to a recent poll released by Gallup, Americans are more pessimistic than ever about finding work, something next month's graduates are well aware of.
Parent has just lost their job. How am I going to find a job in this economy? So I think that's where it comes from, but there are jobs being created right now as we speak.
Despite the statistics saying otherwise, Hunter, a journalism and communications major at the UI, is not deterred by the results.
I might have to start a little lower in the ranks and work my way up, but I'm hopeful. I'm not scared.
It remains to be seen where next month's graduates will end up, but it's safe to say when the opportunity arises, they will be prepared. Josh Bolander, Daily Iowan TV.
While some future UI grads do feel optimistic, their sentiment is not shared nationally, with over 90% of Americans polled feeling that it is a poor time to find a quality job. And this Saturday's football game will be crucial in determining Iowa's postseason future. Let's go to Kate Constable in Sports to see how the Hawks are preparing for the road test against the Boilermakers.
The Hawkeye men's basketball team came out ready to go Monday night. Matt Gatens got off to a quick start, sinking his threes early. Eric May was another player with outstanding performance, getting the assist from Archie for 2. Gatens and May led the team in scoring. Gatens here with a missed layup, and May gets the rebound for an easy bucket and 1. Melsan Basabi had a good game offensively also, here shooting over the defender for an easy 2 points. The final score of the game was 95-75 Hawks. The top performers from our Matt Gatens and North Carolina's A&T's Mark Hill. We caught up with head coach Fran McCaffrey after the game, who was pleased with the guys' performance despite the number of turnovers.
I thought, for the most part, we did a pretty good job. Now, we probably turned it over. You're going to turn it over against a team that's playing like that. You're going to turn it over more than normal. We turned it over more than we should have.
Along with the number of turnovers was a high number of rebounds and positive learning experience for the young players.
We got some big-time performances out of our experienced guys in the second half. I think our young guys learned a lesson, and that's what it's all about, just getting better.
The guys are back on the floor this Thursday as they take on Northern Illinois. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. And with just 2 games left in the 2011 football season, it doesn't appear as though Iowa will be making its trip to the first ever Big Ten title game. The loss Saturday to Michigan State all but put to rest any hopes of a Big Ten title. Much like last year, Iowa now has to finish the season despite knowing there's no chance of becoming conference champs. Daily Iowa Television Sports' Nick Robertson was able to catch up with the Iowa football team and find out how they're feeling going into the last few games of their season.
The scene is eerily similar. An Iowa team knocked out of the Big Ten race and left with a few games on their schedule to try and salvage a season that fell short of expectations. Head football coach Kirk Ferentz met with media today to discuss where his team goes from here.
We had a big challenge this week, playing Purdue. They're an excellent football team, really playing well right now and coming off a big win. They've looks like they've gotten better with each week.
Although there is some disappointment that this team will not make the Big Ten title game, both players and coaches feel like this team still has something to prove, especially with 2 road games left on the schedule.
There's still a lot to play for anytime, and this goes back to '99. The minute we're out of a race, then we're trying to build on the next one, trying to get ready for the next one. At some point that we're going to be in.
We have 2 more games that we can possibly win, and we're going to do everything on our power to get that done.
The major fact that we're focused on is just winning, whatever week it is, especially getting our first win on the road.
We just don't want to go down that path again of, kind of just playing bad football at the end of the year when we could have done a lot better. We just want to, play as good as we can.
We still got a season left, and it wasn't like that was the last game of the season last week. So we got to come back, rally together, and come out and try to win 2 games. So.
Still go out and, continue to fight every week and play as hard as you can. Right now, my mindset is continue to play every game as if it's your last.
Nick Robertson, Daily Iowan TV, Sports.
The Hawks start their 2-game road trip against Purdue and West Lafayette this Saturday. Well, Christina and John, let's hope the Hawks can bounce back after the loss and get a win this weekend.
Thanks, Kate. And only with the Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about an Iowa-based brewing company that delivered its recent limited edition brew via canoe after traveling from Decorah.
Plus, in sports, read about a former Hawkeye sprinter who is continuing her training with the Iowa coaching staff as she prepares for the 2012 Olympic trials.
And before we go, here's one last look at Wednesday's forecast. Expect a chilly one tomorrow with a high of 45 degrees and mostly sunny skies. And Wednesday night should get down to a cool 21 degrees.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
For Daily Iowan TV, thanks for watching. Have a great day.